This is Mitzvah number 242. Not to gather the gleanings, Levi 19:9. To leave the gleanings of the vineyard, Levi 19:10. Not to gather the gleanings of the vineyard, Levi 19:10. To leave the unformed cluster of grapes for the poor, Levi 19:10. Not to pick the unformed clusters of grapes, Levi 19:10. To leave the forgotten sheaves in the field for the poor, Deuteronomy 24:19. Not to retrieve them, Deuteronomy 24:19. To separate the tithe for the poor, Deuteronomy 14:28. To give charity, Deuteronomy 15:11. Not to withhold charity from the poor, Deuteronomy 15:7. To set aside terumim gedula, in parentheses, tithe for the Kohen, Deuteronomy 18:4. The Levite must set aside a tenth of his tithe for the Kohen, Numbers 18:26. Not to improperly preface one tithe to the next, but separate them in their proper order, Exodus 22:28. A non-Kohen must not eat the terumah, Levi 22:10. A hired worker of Jewish bondsmen of the Kohen must not eat the terumah, Levi 22:10. An uncircumcised Kohen must not eat the terumah, Exodus 12:48. An impure Kohen must not eat the terumah, Levi 22:4. A chalala, see Mitzvah 174, must not eat the terumah, Levi 22:12. To set aside maser, in parentheses, tithe, each planting year, and give it to a Levite, Numbers 18:24. To set aside the second tithe, which is to be eaten in Jerusalem, Deuteronomy 14:22. Not to spend its redemption money on anything but food, drink, and ointment, Deuteronomy 26:14. Not to eat the second tithe while impure, Deuteronomy 26:14. A mourner on the first day after death must not eat the second tithe, Deuteronomy 26:14. Not to eat the second tithe of grain outside Jerusalem, Deuteronomy 12:17. Not to eat the second tithe wine products outside of Jerusalem, Deuteronomy 12:17. Not to eat the second tithe's oil outside of Jerusalem, Deuteronomy 12:17. The fourth year crops must be totally for holy purposes, like the second tithe, Levi 19:24. To read the confession of tithes every fourth and seventh year, Deuteronomy 26:13. To set aside the first fruits and bring it to the temple, Exodus 23:19. The Kohanim must not eat the first fruits outside of Jerusalem, Deuteronomy 12:17. To read the Torah portion pertaining to their presentation, Deuteronomy 26:5. To set aside a portion of dough for the Kohen, Numbers 15:20. To give the shoulder, 2 cheeks, and stomach of the slaughtered animals to the Kohen, Deuteronomy 18:3. To give the first shearing of the sheep to a Kohen, Deuteronomy 18:4. To redeem the firstborn sons and give money to the Kohen, Numbers 18:15.